Everybody, it's Phil here with Military Vector Design, and today this video is going to include a look inside of the Ultimate US Military Vector EPS file bundle pack. This pack altogether contains right around 3,100 vector EPS files. It has taken me literally years to compile all this stuff together and create. And I'm finally at the point to where, I'm ready to share this with everybody in the world. And I really hope y'all can appreciate all the hard work I put into creating this and organizing everything, because it really did take me such a long time to do. So when you open the folder, you will see 5 different files. One for the Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Marine Corps, and Navy. And each one of these folders will contain a various amount of vector EPS files. The US Army one is the biggest by far, with around 1,700 images inside of there, followed by the Navy, then the Air Force, Coast Guard, and the United States Marine Corps. So let's go ahead and just jump right into this. As you can see, there are a bunch of folders in here, and this is going to be the same throughout all 5 folders. I did this because it was the easiest way for me to organize different units, command structures, MOSs, jobs, etc. So, it's very easy to navigate any of these folders. And they're all in alphabetical order. So we have air control, squadrons, wings, commands, airlift. I'm not gonna sit here and go through all of these, but I will try and show you guys a good bit of what's actually in these folders, because I know this can be a lot of money to spend on something like this. But with that said, these files are great for any type of screen printing, engraving, cry cut designs, laser engraving. So, I'm gearing this towards somebody that would like to expand their businesses, especially if you cater to US military. So some fighter squadrons. Oop. Lots of good stuff in here. Numbered Air Force. So each one of the folders for every branch will contain a folder like this, where you have the enlisted rank insignia, various medals, seals, and badges for that branch. Some test groups, test wing, some squadrons. Hurricane hunters, special operations, some training, space, okay. So let's jump into the US Army. I'd like to spend a little bit of time on this since it's just so massive. Acquisition Corps. And any of the branches in the US Army folders will have the corresponding branch plaque, insignia, emblem, and coat of arms included in the folder. Airborne. Armor. The branch plaque. Divisions. Lots of good old World War II armored divisions in there. Got a bunch of the armor regiments. Got two old school battalions from World War II. Artillery. Got the air defense, field, fire brigades, anti-aircraft, and coastal artillery. As you can see, each one of these has more folders inside with more vectors. Oop. Let's keep on moving. Aviation, some battalions, branch, brigades, groups, regiments. Okay, so lots of good army stuff in here. A bunch of instructor badges, raids, medals, Medal of Honor, some old school stuff like the military horseman, retired army, diving badges, all the U.S. Army ribbons, recruiting badge. You know, I really did spend a ton of time making all this stuff. Even have the Army band right here. Anything you could possibly need dealing with these various U.S. military branches are going to be found in these folders. Cavalry brigades, cav division, some Vietnam stuff, regiments, 3rd ACR, 11th ACR, keep on moving. Chemical Corps, Civil Affairs, battalions, groups, command, brigades. Various army commands around the world, all the major stuff. Cyber Corps, engineer, got all the field armies, finance, various U.S. Army flags, infantry, brigades, divisions. And most of these divisions have the CSIB, DUI, and corresponding SSIs for them. You know, I have all the active and former infantry divisions in this folder. Okay, lots of good stuff in this folder. Infantry regiments. I have almost every active and former infantry regiment for the U.S. Army in this folder. Got airborne infantry, parachute infantry regiments in here. You know, the 506, 503rd, etc. Information, Judge Advocate Corps, logistics, Logo SEALs, Militialis, Golden Knights, parachute, medical, huge stuff, combat support hospitals. Almost every hospital is in here. Dental corps, evacuation hospitals, field hospitals, medical battalions, brigades, medical centers, Walter Reed, etc., medical command, medical service corps, specialists, get the nurse corps, and veterinary corps. Military intel. Lots of good stuff in this folder too. All battalions, branch, brigades, commands. Okay, military police. Almost every active battalion with their coat of arms. Got a whole bunch of brigades. National Guard. Ordnance Corps. Psychological operations. Peace out battalions with their coat of arms. Groups. Public affairs. Quartermaster. Ranger, 75th Regiment, beret flashes, Ranger battalions, all 4, Ranger tabs, ROTC, Sapper, lots of various different schools and training associated with the U.S. Army, have the West Point logos, Fort Jackson, Warrant Officer, Career Center, National War College, Combat Engineer School, lots of training divisions in here. Security, Signal Corps, lots of battalions, brigades, branch. SOCOM, Space and Missile Defense, Special Forces, all the good stuff, JFK, Special Warfare Center, have every beret flash for all the Special Forces groups. Also, MAC VSOG was up in there, support battalions. Oh, stuff's lagging a little bit now, I'm sorry. Brigades, commands, support groups. Let's see, here we go. I'll keep on moving. Sustainment. Brigades, commands, transportation corps, battalions, brigades, commands, groups. And I have a lot of old school Vietnam stuff, military assistance, advisory groups, field forces. Okay, so that's the U.S. Army. Let's move on to the Coast Guard, air stations, lots of commands, districts, flags, ranks, badges, seals, ratings. See some sectors, all the various ships. Okay. I'm sure y'all are getting the gist of things. I'm going to start moving a little more quickly. I don't want to keep y'all here too long. Marine Corps Aviation, Air Wing, Combat Engineer, various Marine Corps commands, communication, Marine Corps divisions. I have every infantry battalion. Lots of awesome stuff in there. Lore, Marine Corps badges, SEALs, etc. Force Recon, of course. Marine Forces Atlantic. Got some Muse. Marine Forces Pacific. More Muse. Reserve. MARSOC. Current and some former insignia here from World War II, like the Raider insignia and Parachute Regiment. Got one medical thing. Recruit training. And have 2 tank battalions. Alright, let's jump into the US Navy real quick. Amphibious assault ships. Amphibious command. Transport docks. Attack cargo. Auxiliary command. 2 battleships. Carrier strike groups. Coastal mine hunters. Some cruisers. Destroyer tender. DD destroyers, all no longer commissioned. Destroyers. Dock landing ships. Frigates, FFG. Hydrofoil. Littoral combat ships. Mine countermeasure. Missile defense. Some naval air forces. Seabees. Got a few Navy bases. Guantanamo Bay, Camp David, Naval Station Everett. Navy commands. Flags. Fleets. Ratings, badges, etc. Same stuff y'all have been seeing. Lots of ratings right here. Current and former. Enlisted, officer, Medal of Honor. Patrol ships. Squadron. Salvage rescue. SEAL teams, Naval Special Warfare groups. Command. SEAL delivery vehicle teams, 1 and 2. Have every SEAL team. Special boat teams. Dirty boat guys. The famous Trident. Various U.S. Navy SEALs, U.S. Constitution, Naval Academy, Talking Gulf Yacht Club, Vietnam. Submarines, SSBN. SSGN. SSN. Lots of current and former submarines in this one. Lots of Los Angeles classes. Submarine commands, groups, squadrons, one tender. Got all the carriers, lots of former and active. I have all the Nimitz class carriers in here. And we have another folder right here of United States Naval Services ships, and these ships are not commissioned by the U.S. Navy, but they are used by the U.S. Navy. These are dry cargo ships, fast combat, hospital, joint speed high vessel, mobile landing platforms, oilers, salvage ships, and one tugboat. So yeah, guys, that's everything right there. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. I am here for you guys, so I look forward to hearing from y'all.